Hi, welcome back to another SmartLearner video. In this video, we're taking you through a driving test walkthrough designed to give you a realistic feel for what a real test is like from start to finish. So I'm moving off now. The speed limit of the road is 30 miles an hour, and as I move off, I do check over my right shoulder just to see my blind spot, if there's any people that are walking maybe, or if there's any cars coming. Keeping to around 30 miles an hour now, making sure my clearance from the cars that were parked is adequate enough. Now, if you look bottom left, the sat nav says in 500 yards turn left. So as I do get closer to the end of this road, I do what I have been doing on my lessons, which is the MSPSO routine. There's a van turning in the middle of the road. Now I spot that quite early, so I've slowed down, giving them more than enough space. Looking over my blind spot again, looking over my right shoulder again. Now I'll be taking the next left, it's coming up very soon, but it is traffic light controlled. Just checking over my left shoulder to see if there's any cyclists. Now in a bit you will see a bus coming to my right, trying to force their way in. Now the safest thing to do would be let them go. I don't want to get defensive and start pushing through. Yeah, so the safest thing is just to let them go. Checking over my left shoulder again and making my way down the road. Now after the double yellows on my left, before the entrance, I can park there. However, we wouldn't advise it because it is close to the roundabout, so only park there on the if in case of an emergency. Yeah, so these double yellows on my left, further down, there will be a place to park. You can park there legally, but because it is very close to the roundabout, we wouldn't advise it. Only park there in an emergency. Now, coming up now, you may be asked to park on the left because you can do safely and legally. Coming up now, the sat nav is asking me to take a left turn, and it does look like it's a sharp left as well. Now, what we find is the examiners ask the student on the road on the left, they'll ask him to park up on the left. The best place to park is just before the bus stop. As you watch, imagine you are in the driver's seat. Think about your observation, your speed choices, and your positioning, and how calmly you deal with everyday situations. At the start of any driving test, nerves are completely normal. Most learners feel tense for the first 5 to 10 minutes. Examiners expect this. What matters early on is settling into the drive, staying composed, and driving the way you've been taught. You're not expected to rush or impress, just to drive safely and steadily. Along this road, as well as it is a quiet residential road, your examiner might ask you to do the emergency stop. So what they'll do is they'll get you to park up on the left or either the right, and then explain to you about what the emergency stop is and what they're looking for as well. After you do the emergency stop, it is imperative that you do check your mirrors, as most learners do fail for this because the road is clear, so they'll not check the mirrors and get serious. We've just passed a crossroad and we would consider that a wide crossroad. Easy parts of the test often include quieter or residential roads. This gives you time to build confidence, demonstrate good observation, and show smooth control of the vehicle without prompts. Throughout the entire test, the examiner is assessing one key thing: can you drive safely, independently, and consistently? They're not making They're not marking confidence or personality. They're looking at how you handle real-world driving, including observation, speed choice, positioning, decision making, and adapting to traffic and road conditions. Observation and speed control are assessed continuously. This means checking mirrors at the right time, looking well ahead, reading junctions early, and spotting hazards before they become urgent. You're expected to make reasonable progress when it's safe, without rushing or holding traffic unnecessarily. Junctions are a common area for faults, often due to nerves. Good decisions don't need to be fast, they need to be safe. Positioning also matters throughout the drive, and good positioning usually comes from early planning rather than last-second reactions. Turning right here, in front of me there are two sets of traffic lights. Most learners, when the left one turns green, that's when they'll go. However, if you do look to the right, that is our one, as we are turning right. Most learners do go here, which would result in the examiner having to press a brake, which is an automatic fail. There's a green arrow, so off we go. Remember, one or two minor faults will not fail a test. What causes problems are repeated issues or unsafe decisions, often made when nerves take over. If something doesn't go perfectly, carry on and reset mentally. Examiners assess the whole drive, not one moment. Modern tests are designed to feel more like real driving, with longer periods of independent driving, using sat-navs, road signs. The goal hasn't changed: safe, calm, independent driving. This walkthrough is here to support your preparation, build familiarity with the area, and help you approach the test with confidence. If you find it helpful, watch it again closer to your test date. Now, this is a junction where we do have to turn in front of the cars. So looking straight down, you can see This person is indicating left, followed by someone else. No cars coming, so I take my time. We are on the main road, so we don't have to give way to anyone. There is no cars coming here anyway. If I look further down, I can see that is a truck with its hazards on. Looking behind it, there is another car coming down, so I do have to give them way as they have priority. Creeping out slowly, I can see there are no cars coming, so I proceed. Turning next left. Like the example given, you may be asked to park up on the left and move off when it's safe. When asked to park up on the left, do your effective observations, indicate left, and park up safely. When moving off, do your all-round effective observations, check over your right blind spots over your right shoulder. When moving off, make sure you indicate as well. This is a closed junction as there are cars parked really close to the end of the road, so I did have to creep out slowly. Now there are no right turns here, so I don't have to indicate. Making sure that the right is clear. following this lane round. This lane does spiral out a little bit, so I'm keeping an eye on my road markings to the left. Speed limit does increase to 50 miles an hour, so I do want to match that. Getting into the middle lane as left lane says left only towards Holbrook. Keeping an eye on to my left as there are cars merging. The speed limit does decrease to 30 miles an hour, so I do have to remember that. As most learners, they forget, they hit about 40 and then fail the test automatically for speeding. Looking to my left and right, I can see that the speed limit does increase back up to 50 miles an hour, so I do want to match that. Now with the speed limit, it's not a limit and it's not a target. If the road was icy, I wouldn't be able to do 50 miles an hour, so that would be completely fine. Remember, as long as you drive safe on your test day, you're okay. The left lane is for the M6, so I don't want to be in that lane, and you need to follow signs for the A444 north towards Nuneaton. following this lane round, following the road marking to my left. Taking the next exit now on the left. The mark posts tell me that it's coming up real soon. Slow my speed and indicate left and move over. The speed has now dropped back down to 30 miles an hour. Double roundabout, there was no one coming to my right, so I could proceed. Taking the next left. Check out my center and left mirror. Quick glance over my left blind spot, which would be over my left shoulder. Once that's safe, I take my turn. Keeping to the speed limit of 30 miles an hour. Coming back to the test centre now. If you enjoyed this video and you want other test routes as well, feel free to give a like, comment and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next SmartLearner video.